What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium, and I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is a Patreon platinum request for Justin. This is Parasite Eve, the main theme, orchestral version. I have checked out Parasite Eve one other time before this. Don't remember what it sounded like. I just remember it had like a Spanish title. But let's just get right into it. I know Parasite Eve is somewhat popular. Don't know if it's an RPG. I don't know anything about it. Big surprise. This is the main theme. A little bit of a longer one, 8 minutes, so get comfortable. Let's go. I think that's one person playing, right? Left and right? Or it could be two recordings, but if so, then this is why I think piano's like so hard. Ooh. This chord change. This is the main theme? Pretty somber. Orchestral version. Just remember that. Interesting switch. Boom, boom, boom. It's like just a big piano solo. Water droplets? That's a really nice chord progression. quite an extensive menu theme. Or, sorry, main theme. I don't know where it plays. I feel like I'm on a very sad journey. Just contemplating everything. That part reminds me of the prelude from FF a little bit. Picking up. Ooh, that bass note at the end. Parasite Eve, main theme. Wow, for a main theme, that was incredibly like somber. Now I don't know if this plays during a menu, like the intro main menu, or like if this game has a intro movie where I would assume that would play. Or maybe this plays both at the beginning and at the end, and it just plays like in different parts because it's 8 minutes. I can't really imagine an 8-minute video at the beginning of a video game, but who knows, really. But either way, for a main theme, for that to be a thing that you associate the game the most with, I can only assume that is like a very somber and sad game. You know, there was really nothing positive sounding from that. There was nothing hopeful sounding. It just sounded like loss, detriment, you know, insert negative thing here. It sounded like just wow, you know, just contemplating life's decisions, growing old, just everything like that, things you don't really want to think about too much. At no point did I ever feel like it's going to be okay or anything like that, but to me, this was very interesting because it sounded very one take, very expressive by the player. There was multiple recordings, right? There was a piano. It was all key based. It was keyboards, synthesizers. Everything was on keys, except for, and a little bit of like a drum every now and then here and there. It just felt like they just kind of recorded it and then let it be. You know, there wasn't like at the end where it started to get kind of fast and then it slowed down. It seemed kind of free form. There was really no BPM or tempo there. It just was like this is how the player feels at this exact moment, and they're just going to play it. You know, those things are kind of hard to recreate if, say, someone were to do a cover of it, because it can only be really done one time. But it was really cool how basically the song just kind of kept building very slowly and kept like adding this kind of almost crescendo feel, because at the end, that's when like all the synths were all present. Everything was really booming and very energetic, as far as somber goes, sad energetic, I guess. And then I knew once they hit that kind of apex, excuse me, I knew that it was going to come down to just a solo piano again. It just spoke to me that it was going to happen. Usually when a crescendo is like that much and the emotion goes that high, it is for an apex, which means it'll go back down. And it was like the perfect ending, which was just bring everything down, just a solo piano again, and then boom, the bass note at the end, which I wasn't expecting. I thought there was just going to be a couple fade out notes, but the ending bass note is just kind of like seals the deal. But it just tells me that this song may not loop, and it is just in fact an 8-minute solo piece. So for that being a main theme, that's pretty unique. When I think of main themes, I don't really, you have to pretty much tell the consumer, this is what my game is about, more or less, right? Main theme. Now, of course, context means everything here, so some footage or something would go perfect with it. But I'm just saying, as a main theme, that is one of the sadder sounding main themes I've ever heard. And it just kind of lets me know. And then plus, looking at this character, doesn't look too happy. So maybe this is just one of those games, maybe like Nier, where you're just going to be bathed in sadness and you're going to go on this emotional ride for a couple hours and think about everything. Who knows? Let me know. But wow, very impressive. I love piano. It's my second favorite instrument. So I'm a really big fan of solo piano players. I've recommended them plenty of times on this channel. I listen to Philip Wesley and Michelle McLaughlin, I think, quite often. Solo piano stuff is just really cool. It's just someone's brain and their fingertips. And to me, the idea of like isolating left brain and right brain to play two different things, bass over here and melodies over here, like that just blows my mind. That's why it's so impressive, and it just sounds good. And I'm always going to be a sucker for big synth chords that just kind of take you into like a faraway dream stuff. That was probably the closest I got to like a kind of happy resolve in the song, which was towards the end at the apex when it just was like those big open chords. That was like the only time where I felt like maybe some peace, but for the most part I felt very kind of uncomfortable during this. Not in a song was not good, but more of like I think it did its job in what it put out to do, which is paint this picture in my ears of what this game could be. And it has no name, it's just the main theme. So, and this is the orchestral version, so I'm guessing it's not the original main theme, which makes me even more curious. But man, I just want to like tell her to like it's gonna be okay, like you're fine, head pat. Jeez, what a downer. Amazing song though, beautiful song. Kind of want to see some covers of it if anyone is out there, or if you guys want to make one, let me know, tag me. I really love piano stuff, so thank you for that. My second time with Parasite Eve. I need to go hear the first one again to see by comparison if that one was also sad sounding, or what I said about that back then, who knows. If you want to make a request, you could do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are totally fine if you do not mind waiting. If you do not want to wait, there is the Platinum Trophy tier on Patreon, which expedites your request to the very top, thus eliminating the wait. A big thank you to my current supporters, Justin, Kevin, Moon Knight, DJ Singletone, and your average metalhead for being a part of that. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters and to you for watching. My name is Jesse. This has been the Auditorium. VGM is incredible, and I thank you for sharing it with me. Until next time, dudes and dudettes. Later.